All right, crispy klee. We got the Ram guy. I was talking music, and I heard that bro was gonna make one for you, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And it's gonna be hype. We're gonna give you the method. The method will be great. So I know you asked about the corner pressure, but we can go over like Ram in general basics, right? All the good stuff, all the stuff that'll help you win the games. But yeah, you already know what Ram buttons do. Longest freak. You do button wild assault. You're in. You get the Build-A-Bear pressure and it works out. Preferably you get a real combo or something. You frame traps and you blow them up, things of that nature. Don't mind the jank combos, but that's how you do it. So let's start off with corner pressure, because that's the fun stuff, right? So all Ram wants to do to win the corner, she does three things. She's gonna do sword throw, she's gonna do rock, she's gonna do Rekka, right? The weirdest one that like sometimes may or may not work, or is a little freaky depending on if your opponent is good and they're the IBer, is Rekka, right? If they're IBing Rekka, then you have a hard time because they can like IB throw. Like let's say if I set this guy to if I set him to IB, I'm tweaking. Instant block, yeah. And then we set him to throw after. He will throw punish me if I do Rekka 1-2. Or Rekka 1 into 2. And that's bad. We don't want that to happen. Get thrown. But there's counterplay. Like doing like let's say like autopiloting Rekka 2 or autopiloting sword throw will get you slammed. But you can do flip. If you do car flip, you're chilling. If you think you're nice, you do that. But don't do that. That's really bad. Never do that. But you can do flip to catch if they're mashing throw after Rekka, right? If you're spaced, then it's not so bad. Because you can just like press. But keep in mind that since he IB'd, it goes from what, -5 to -7. So he could, if he thinks you're gonna stop, just be mashing. Which sucks, because you'll get slammed. But if he's not mashing, or if he's mashing throw, because most people, that if they're mashing, if they're fishing for IB, I know when I'm fishing for IB on Ram, I'm mashing throw there, right? Because it covers a large majority of the things that you can do, other than doing flip. Because you're effectively knowledge checking the Ram player themselves if they know their own RPS. Because if they are not like if they see that you IB and they don't flip, then you slam them, because then you just like fish for IB on Rekka and you do whatever you want. But as you see, flip beats it. And if they're not IBing, then you get to have fun. You get to have a field day, because Rekka pressure is really fun. I didn't change it. All right. Right, like they can still grab sometimes, but let's say like out here. Let's say something like this. They wouldn't really do this. Oh yeah, you can also get thrown for that. Remember, it won't happen to you often, because like a lot of people aren't mashing throw there all the time. But it's only if you you're like dick the ball with them. If you're out here, they get counter hit. You're gonna do a simple easy combo. You blow them up, easy as pie. But like Rekka stuff, right? When you land Rekka, this is a field day. Even if you're mid screen, if you land Rekka, you have a field day, because you can do that. Like season 3 started, bro. I did that. I was goated. You beat everybody doing that. But you can always you can start again, right? If you're like feeling a little greedy, and then you like do stuff and it works. But you can start again, and you can also like. It's really more for like wild mid screen, because let's say you have meter, right, and they want to press. If they press and he mashed, then he gets blown up for that. Let's see, because what you do is you do like Rekka 1 stop, and you're -5. But people don't want to mash, because 1, 2 you get slammed. Back in the day, in season 2 and before, this used to counter hit, and you really killed them. But now it doesn't. For the balance reasons, right? You gotta tune it down a little bit. But this used to like really kill people back in the day. You blow them up, and then you cook. But if you're mid screen, something like that, Keep in mind, if you do any record cancels at all, they lose the mash. So if he knows that you're gonna do this, if you're just like autopiloting on record 1, record 2, sword throw, they can mash and slam you. But if you think they're gonna mash, finish the string, then you cook, and you have a great time. You have a field day. That's one aspect of like the pressure, one of the cornerstones or something like that. Next, we can talk about sword throw. We'll talk about rock a little later. But how sword throw works is, like, let's say a lot of corner pressure is just catching them jumping, right? And if you want, the best way to catch people jumping is to do rock. So they kind of go hand in hand. Because if people do IED forward, right, to like slam rock. If they have like a good enough jump in, or they're fast enough, they IED you and like slam you when you go for rock. How you beat people jumping is you do sword throw. It will catch their jump. If they are fuzzy jumping there, they get slammed. And then you like do the combo. I can play Ram in a minute, right? Let's say even something simple. You like blow them up, all because they wanted to. Oh man, I know what he's gonna do. I'm gonna jump the rock. Then you get slammed. If they aren't jumping rock, that makes it really easy because rock makes you like really plus. Like here, it depends on the spacing. But let's say we did something like this, and they press like 6P to try to catch forward slash. You can do 2S. Most people are not pressing here anyway. So if you like feel like you can do it, you do like run up 2K, strike throw, everything that you like want to do, right? In the corner, you can chuck rock in a lot of spots because people aren't mashing on ram pressure. It's like, man, I'm not trying to get sword throw, like get hit with sword throw or like 5H. Like people aren't mashing on ram in the corner, and you take advantage of that by doing rock. You just send it. You can get greedy, you do whatever you want, cause like it resets your pressure and you cook. So along with these record cancels, then like your pressure doesn't really end for unless you like do bad stuff or they just like gap you. But that's okay because free access to plus frames will never not be goated. And then, well, there's rock for you. That's what like rock does, and you use it in tandem with sword throw, along with alt. That's like mid screen, right? Let's say you could do this. You obviously you can't do sword throw mid screen, but we have flip, and flip serves the same purpose as sword throw would in the corner, but just kind of sort of less safe because of the frame. Like you do flip on block, it's like -2, something like that. It's like backdash RPS. You either like sitting there, you do 2K, and if they do 2K, then they beat you. But if you backdash, then you beat them because you get better RPS afterwards, right? You're like plus. Let's see, where is the jump? Just like how, like they'll say this string will catch jumps mid-screen, 5H catches them jumping, right? Or like you 5H in the flip, where they would try to jump rock and then they get slammed. If you can like predict that and then like, catch them jumping, it's so good. And even if you end up being wrong, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like it's still like still manageable RPS for you. Backdash. Or like, oh, not high 5K. Let's go 2K. Because most people are gonna press 2K. Right. Do flip. If I'm smashing 2K, he's gonna beat me. You backdash. Then we cook. And then you go from there. You do what you want. And you're like in the range where, like this is where like Ram wants. She's gonna like out button you, right? So that's what you would do. And now we get to talk about the fun part, the mix. So the main way that you like cheese people out in the corner on Ram is you do like sword strike throw, right? Because sword strike throw is like really, really annoying to deal with. And she basically can make it as safe or as freaky as she wants it to be, and you just gotta hold it for the most part. Like let's say the cornerstone that people learned as soon as they pick up a controller. Close slash sword throw, right? What this does is it gives you the funny +3. +3. So I do something like this, 5K. They cannot press. They will get slammed. There. Sure, +3. Then you do like maybe like other like specific buttons, but like sword 2K, After the sword throw is like even safer than that, and like it's not, you're not contesting it at all. If you try to mash, you will get blown up, because nobody's like beating up the 2K. But you can do 5K, 2K, it doesn't like really matter. But what happens is that the strike throw is like you do this, and you like throw them. It's easier to dash up if you Kara it, but you don't have to. So like if you're not nice with your cars, you don't have to Kara to still get the throw. And let's say you want to shimmy, very easy. And then like if they're mashing throw here, then they blow up, you get a full combo. And then like 5K and 2K, catches them mashing or trying to jump out of the corner, so they gotta hold it. And like with that conclusion, right? Like let's say you do something like this, you do rock plus frames, and then you like string back and like having sword, and she's all about like taking advantage of the fact that people do not want to press against Ram, and you do like resets, right? Think he didn't press, he ain't press. Let's see. But then we're gonna send the mash. Let's see. Let's say on one of these random opportunities. Yeah, we're good. Then he gets hit. Right, like 270, because he got caught mashing after he blocked a couple of strings. Simple, easy. It's the greatest thing ever. But that's how you run the pressure. Let's say that you have meter and you want to slam them with like something silly. Then you do like close slash tap dust, right? Sword throw. Or people do it this way. That way you're safe. Because the sword pops after the tap dust. It might be better if you do it that way. If you don't car it, I think the sword pops a little later. Actually, it shouldn't really matter. Like you're plus there, you get to do whatever you want. Like more strike throw. If you land the throw, right? Do something like this, which would lose. By the way, that loses to reversals. If you like DPs here, you like get slammed. Solution to that, 5H instead. It still will lose to like reversals for the most part, but let's say they're DPing, like even, I can show you with Kai, right? On recovery, do Vapor Thrust. Think this still gets hit by DP, like even that, close slash there, makes Kai DP whiff. So like you would only get hit if you did something like 2K. But 5H into rock, guaranteed they gotta hold it, because even Leo DP whiffs there, and there is no more DPRC. The only thing it would lose to is if they do like an actual super. That's cool, and a lot of people like don't do it. They should be doing it because it's hype. Then who doesn't love plus frames off of everything, right? Let's say that you hit them and you wall break them, because that's what Ram does, right? So she like wall breaks you, miscellaneous hit. You do JD safe jump. This blocks the DPs, and you blow them up. If you want to get a little freaky, because you've shown them the safe jump, and they're like not pressing, and they're not doing anything because they shouldn't, right? They shouldn't be like mashing on the safe jump. If they are, then you should beat them anyway because they're frauds. Let's say they're not mashing on the safe jump. You do stuff like whiff JH. It's fairly seeable though. So like against like good players, like not gonna let you do it to them, but like until you try it, you won't know if they get hit by it, right? So like send it. Like it's cool. And if you do super jump JH instead, the JH then hits. I know, that took me for a little spin. I got hit by it a couple of times before I like had to wise up. But like just a couple like little things that like kind of help. Technically, you can do FDJK for a safe jump, but the timing for that's a little iffy. You gotta be like informed and do it the right way. If you've seen Exodus play, he does. Sometimes he'll do like dash up like JD, and then JD will cross up. I'm trying to get it for you. But like you have to dash up a little more than that. But like it is like a real thing that you have to be like looking for. But it's probably like 6Pable. Since you have to take a decent dash up, like it wouldn't be safe jump anymore. But it's okay because mix is mix, even if it's not real. See, we have flip mix. I never really like run it for real. You probably can. We're gonna find out. A JP with. I'm trying something silly. Maybe something like that. But like you don't really worry about like flip mix like that because people you don't really do it often, and you would rather spend the meter on like you could like just like restart pressure in general. Maybe do like a little shimmy, something like that. But that about encompasses everything that you want to do on RAM. If you want to talk about like combos per se, it's really just like if you're not like a fraud with your car records, which I am currently. I was like making sure that I could do them before the video started, but now I can't do them at all. Like you want to be able to do that. You do want like it does matter if you can or can't car, because if you're not like doing your cars and stuff, you're gonna have a hard time because you don't get all the fun stuff. But let's say like, basic combo. Like you can always like usually do like Rekka and you get you like a little soft knockdown. It's cool. You can always do 214K off like 5K or something. I'm just trying stuff at this point. But basic rules to remember: 214S, hard knockdown. It's always gonna be great. If you like ever need it, or like ever feel like, man, I don't know what to do. Far slash rock after you knock them to the ground. Build a bear mix. You just do whatever you want, and it's great. Let's say you wanted to take them, say your mid screen, right? This is when you would like do sword throw or something like that. This is like that's really consistent, but you do S instead, depending on the height and like the scaling for the combo. This one's really hard because you have to get like delay. You have to do that. You get the like delayed Rekka, but then you can combo off with 2K2D. You'll tell because you get like the little effect on the second Rekka if you delay it properly. But that you won't really have to worry about that one for real. That one's a little iffy sometimes. But that bout encompasses it. Remember the basic rules, right? If possible, hard knockdown. If they're blocking, mid screen, right? Say like you're mid screen, you're using RAM, or just do / wild, bro. Maybe a rock or two. They're in the corner now. Like you've cooked. Even in scenarios where let's say like this, some random string. Like let's say we're over here. Like that's pressure. You do wild, you're in. It's your turn. You do whatever you want. Basically, game plan is do a button on hit, you combo, wall break, on block, you do miscellaneous button, wild, and then you cook. Depends on the space. Sometimes spacing is a little odd. Let's say this, I want to catch some jumping. You run some pressure. Don't have your buttons with. Be a little bit more nice with your spacing. And then you just send mix. It's like you're actually just sending mids at them until they crack on a mid, and then you blow them up. If they don't crack on a mid, then if they're sitting there holding it, then you throw them. If they're taking the throws, if they're like blocking all your mix, then eventually you'll just like get to the point where you can do like tap dust, and hopefully you open them up. Most of the time, in like 85-90% of scenarios, tap dust will open them up. And the chances of them like being right all the way up until tap dust and then tap dusting and you still being wrong, It's like really low. You're gonna open them up eventually, whether it's like strike throws, shimmies. Oops, dropped my controller. Technically, she has a 50-50, I think, off throw. If you do jump, like air dash back JS, or like 2 on the ground. I don't know if it's same frame or not. I didn't run it like that. Like this is like a real thing. Something like that. Or I don't remember exactly, but that's a real thing. I say as somebody like Exodus who probably runs it. I remember Jano used to run it a little bit. Who else? And just in general for more like RAM tips and stuff, I'd say ask them. Jano Exodus, though Jano's like the ABA player now, right? Um, we got Red in here. He plays RAM. We got Ominous in here. Bro plays RAM. I'm forgetting somebody, but we got plenty of RAM players in here. You could ask just two. I'm forgetting the person I wanted to say, but there you go. There's the basic RAM guide. I don't think I left anything out for the most part. Went over all the moves, basic mix, all the funny things. If they have burst, right? If they already have burst and you hit them, do sword super. Do that. You know you'll cook because you get more damage, right? And it's better at like closing out rounds because of the single hits, and it just does better damage when it comes to like working through guts. Well, let's say they don't have burst and you don't want to give them burst. You do this single hit or 2 hits, right? Those basic rules are gonna like let you slam everybody, and then you'll learn the neutral like as you play. But for the most part, it's just like there's 2 ways you can play around. You could be like sending RPS for like buttons, or if you like play it more like the Jaina way. That's like really hard to play against and really hard to beat. It's when they just like wing you out. Oh, Akano. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. If they're just chilling here, they're not risking anything, and then you have to approach. You have to like, approach Ram. That really sucks, and that's not fun. If you play that way, people will have a hard time trying to beat you, especially if they're like fundamentally sound like 6P and stuff. Checking them. I do a low every once in a while. Don't just like chuck far slash and only do far slash. You get 6P, you get slammed. But then make it feel like they have no other choice but to like jump at you or do something silly, and then you still slam them for it because your Rambl's all Valentine. There you go. There's a ramp guide. Hope it helped. Hope we gave you some sort of method and understanding, something like that.